have a full-time job.
Yeah.
You're an entrepreneur, but then also you are a mom, a brand new mom. So how do you manage that?
I manage it by having a nanny.
Okay.
Has helped
Nanny's
tremendously.
not here all day, every day, but
No, but it does help. I think also having a husband that doesn't feel like they're babysitting their kid is extremely helpful.
what's going on? Welcome to another episode of the More Than a Side Hustle podcast, where we help 9-to-5ers create more impact, income, and influence outside their jobs. And hopefully today is no different. My name is Anthony.
And I'm Jhanilka, and we want to thank you for coming back week after week. We also want to ask you to make sure that you're leaving a review, sharing, subscribing, letting people know what we're doing and talking about over here on More Than a Side Hustle podcast. So thank you once again.
We're going to do something a little different in this episode, right? So you guys hear me. My name is Anthony. You guys, most of the episode is sometimes me talking. Jhanilka's responding, but I'm like the main voice of the episode of the podcast. Most of the clips are about me because I drop a lot of gems, in my opinion. But I said it would be nice because you guys know our story as a couple, but me interviewing my wife, Jhanilka, on this episode as an individual.
We have no idea where this is going.
Why not?
No idea where this is
No idea
going.
where this is going. That's the thing. That is the thing about doing the
beauty
thing.
of it, I guess.
That's the thing about having our own show. So you are very blunt, and we're going to go right into that. Like, why are you so blunt? Where does that even come from?
Blunt, straightforward. I would just probably say from my mother. I can only assume it's from my environment, but when I think about what my mother says to this day, her biggest thing is, you can never say I didn't tell you. It's always what she says to other people, like in situations. You can never say I didn't tell you. It's always what she says. So I follow that to an extent. Now, I feel like I was a bit more blunter younger, but as you get older, you realize that everybody doesn't need to, like, they may not need to hear it, or they may not be in the place to receive it. So I do second guess a bit sometimes what I say and who I say it to. So, but I would say my straightforwardness and bluntness maybe, I guess, will come from my mother then.
You guys have a very unique relationship.
What's unique about it?
Unique, where I was talking to one of my friends, and he said sometimes I think you're jealous of the relationship you have with Jhanilka has with her mother. And I said, I could probably see that. How'd you guys become like, so they probably don't know that you speak to your mother a lot.
A lot of people speak the same amount. So yeah, my mother still lives in Brooklyn. We live in Dallas. So I speak to her maybe about 2-3 times a day. And now I see her maybe 2-3 times a day on FaceTime because of Alani. Before, I've always spoken to her that same amount. I don't think the amount has changed, but
Why you guys talk so much?
we're catching up on life. I don't know.
4 or 5 times a day?
I said 2-3. How did you get to 4 or 5?
If I counted on one hand, how many times you guys speak? It's at least 5 times.
I literally, how? 2-3. Usually it's in the morning when I'm driving to the gym. She's already at work. I'm just playing it through. Then she's at lunch.
So y'all talking about, you spoke before you went to bed?
Not anymore. See, that's the thing. We used to have night calls, but now we don't speak in the evening anymore because it's like if she's on the phone with Alani, but me and her, we don't catch up in the evenings anymore.
So now it's, so
we
there's
speak in the
2
morning.
sets of calls now. Her and Alani and her and
There's
you.
different calls happening at different times, yeah. So in the morning when I'm driving to the gym, obviously Alani's home sleeping, so that's just us catching up at 12 minutes max. Then she'll call during lunch. Sometimes that's for Alani if she's around. Sometimes that's for me. So we'll catch up another 10, depending. And then around, I'm just thinking through the times, like 4 something, that's just for Alani. That's 3. Okay, now there is a 4th call as well after dinner. So that's 4. 2 for me, 2 for Alani, and all could be for Alani if time allows.
So why do you guys talk so much on the phone?
We're catching up. I don't know why. I never thought about why, but we've always had that relationship. I couldn't tell you why we had that relationship.
Because I think back to my upbringing, where I don't have that same relationship with my mother, obviously. But I don't think a lot of people do have that similar relationship.
It could be a female-male male thing, too.
That could be it. Do you think it's because of you're a female? You think if you was a guy, you would have the same relationship?
I don't know. I mean, there's no way to tell. And I'm an only child as well. That's what you thought the whole time? That didn't even cross my mind. But yeah, I'm an only child as well. So I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of people that are only children in my family, but they're kind of still home, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, I'm an only child, so that probably plays into it. And I feel like with our Caribbean Hispanic background, family is very big.
So what's harder for you in this season of life you're in? Entrepreneurship, your full-time job, or being a mom? What do you think is the hardest role that you have, the most difficult role right now?
Right now, the most difficult role will probably be entrepreneurship. I think when Alani was born, I would have said motherhood, because that transition, the breastfeeding, the being up late or being up early, whatever time you want to call it, that was a difficult season. And then figuring out your life, like you being like, okay, I'm somebody else outside of a mother. So that would definitely be a difficult season then. And that was just 18 months ago. Right now, entrepreneurship, because we are in a season of transitioning just our businesses and seeing how I fit into that, because you take majority of the role on when it comes to our businesses. So figuring that part out and then fitting it in while still having a 9-to-5. So that's what makes it, I think, the most difficult one.
As you're in this season of motherhood, entrepreneurship, 9-to-5, being a wife, what do you feel like is most high, your highest priority right now? Because everything, I don't feel like it's a balancing act. I think in different seasons, some things are higher, some things are lower. What is the highest priority task right now?
So I think motherhood is always a high priority, because there's always different things that, you know, Alani is working towards, or milestones that we're wanting her to reach. One, because she isn't in school, so she isn't in a daycare, I should say. It's not school. She isn't in a daycare, but so making sure that she is doing activities that can still provide her with the same thing a daycare would, making sure she's getting the knowledge, you know, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, colors, the basics. That's always important. And then experiences. So I know people say, well, they're not going to remember. Frankly, I don't care. I'm big on experiences for myself. And I remember the experiences that I have with my child, and being able to share that, and her being able to explore the world. So I think that that's always a high priority.
And what are some things that Mrs. Hartzog wants to do outside of this brand that we have, whether it's the Heartrimony, whether it's the podcast?
Well, I don't know how I can go outside of the Heartrimony. I am part of.
What are some things that you want to do on your own that you feel like would, like, what's some things that you like to do?
I do like to work out. I like to have fun. I like to travel a lot. So that would be a priority.
Oh God, here we go. Travel vlog coming soon from her.
Yeah, I like content, different types of content though. I know your content is more business oriented. I just like the fun content.
My content is trending.
Fun. Not necessarily. That's okay.
It
doesn't have to be fun.
It depends on what you qualify as fun.
That's fun. That's fair. But yeah, I like to, hopefully one day I'll maybe doing content with Alani. Maybe she can get into some modeling. I never have a list of things that I have in mind, but I don't know. I enjoy working out, and I enjoy spending time with Alani, and enjoy traveling.
Okay.
Those are things right there.
No, I mean, I think those are fun things overall. You know, creating content, traveling, of course, is fun. That's one thing you enjoy doing, and you do all the time. And you won't.
You do all the time.
You do all the time, and you won't stop doing it. So, looking forward to the travel content from you. Is there anything else that the people can look forward to from hearing from or seeing from Mrs. Hartzog herself?
Not at this time. I don't think there's anything else. Maybe I'll do a solo episode one day.
What would the episode be about?
No idea, but that would be a big challenge.
Can we challenge her to do a solo episode?
What would the solo episode be about? What questions would people have that they would even want to hear from me? I don't know.
Maybe we have a segment on motherhood and money, motherhood and entrepreneurship, like motherhood and 9-to-5, like whatever that is. I think that'd be good. If you got
somebody has a question, they can write it in the comment, and then maybe we can make an episode from it.
Yeah, you guys drop a question. If you listen to this full episode, drop a question from Mrs. Hartzog here. And actually, last question. Where does your name come from, Jhanilka?
What? It's made up.
So can you elaborate on that? What does made up mean?
My mother made the name up. She always liked J and K names, and she made up the name Jhanilka. It has a JH because when you say it in Spanish, it is said as a Y. So, yeah, that's it. There's no meaning behind it. It's just simply Jhanilka, and in Spanish it would be Jhanilka.
Okay,
that's it.
We couldn't have any better guest to have on our podcast than Mrs. Jhanilka. Hartzog.
It's not Jhanilka. It's not an H.
It's a
Y.
So say it.
I did.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Jhanilka.
The JH becomes a Y sound.
Jhanilka. Hartzog.
You're so American.
I'm wild American. But you guys check out. Make sure you drop us a 5-star review if you enjoyed this whole episode with just me interviewing Mrs. Hartzog here. Drop us a 5-star review. I think you guys learned a lot about who she is. Is there anything else you want to leave with the people?
Not that I can think of. I'm sure there's more to me that you didn't dig into, but that's fine. You can't get it all, one episode.
We could definitely do another one. I'm always open to practicing my interviewing skills. So appreciate you guys being here. We'll see you next week on the More Than a Side Hustle podcast.
Thanks for having me. My own podcast.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Bye.